Hey. Hey. That's your new song? Sounds like 90s sitcom transition music. Good. That was the plan all along. Okay, enough of that.
These are two new AmpKnobs from a company called Bogren Digital, but they're not just the knobs. There's a whole amplifier attached to them as well. AmpKnob Duet is a polished and reactively clean blackface style amp. And the Fat Man is a tweed style amp that does that warm, woody thing that's beautifully messy, like the raw hem on a gorgeous, aggressively used dinner napkin or something. Quick disclaimer, this video is sponsored by Bogren Digital, but these are my genuine thoughts and feelings. They don't have any input on what I say in the video, and they don't get to see it before it's published. Bogren Digital is a Swedish company, and while the Swedes may be lacking in the clarity of their furniture's instructions, Bogren more than makes up for that with the simplicity of their righteous tone crafting. Now, if you're new to the world of Bogren Digital, I want to be very clear about something. They're not just another plug-in company. They offer something more like a complete studio workflow designed by one of metal's most respected engineers, Jens Bogren. And this ecosystem is designed to give us amazing sounding guitar tones, drum samples, impulse responses, and other mixing tricks to make our mixing fast and decisive. Fast being the key word here. They've taken out a lot of the guesswork in what makes an amp tone sound really great on its own, but also in a mix. So do not sleep on these if you're one of those guitarists who struggles with limitless tweaking and preset browsing while dialing in your guitar tone. Now, a brief aside, I need a fangirl for a moment here because Jens Bogren, the owner of the company, mixed two of my favorite records in high school, James LaBrie's Static Impulse and Impermanent Resonance, both of which were pivotal emotional records for me. So the opportunity for me to play a small part in the release of these two AmpKnobs is like a huge treat for me. Marcos Fogli played guitar in those records, and the opening song for this video takes a lot of influence from his style. I think a large part of how I play today is due to the fingerprints that Jens Bogren left on those two tremendous records, so thank you so much for sponsoring this video and having me on board, guys. Now, these amplifiers may only have one main knob, but they have a lot of other features worth mentioning. Duet has a small suite of effects like a gorgeous spring reverb and vibrato. And we're talking the vibrato here, so it's really more like tremolo. But it's named appropriately given the heritage that this amp knob takes its cues from. So for reverb, we have level and size, and vibrato, we have intensity and speed. Let's see what both of them sound like together. Super nice. Let's dial up some more level and kill the vibrato. Yeah, you know I gotta do that with a spring reverb. You can't not play that when you got a spring reverb. In addition to the spring reverb, there's also a room reverb down here, which I really appreciate because I'm gonna dial in some room reverb on a mix anyway. So this is already just kind of doing for me what I would do. But probably not that much. It's just nice to have it. There's a lovely built-in metronome with a few features, so if you want to practice along with a click, you absolutely can. And there's a record feature, and I'm using it right now to record these riffs. And those get saved in this nifty little folder right here. So you just click on that folder and you can bring it right up. That is a wonderful feature, and Duet and Fatman both have that. We've got a tuner baked in, which is always appreciated, and a selection of different cabinets, which is cool. You can do the matched cab, whatever they recommend. There's an alternate cab and that big cab. I'll just kind of play through a little bit of those samples here. Here's the alternate cab. Probably a little bit more mid-range in this cab. Here is the big cab. A lot beefier. I am running this amp on the very edge of breakup here, all the way up at 7, but I mean, here's what it sounds like dimed all the way up. Biggest cab. Let's go to bridge pickup. Another important thing to avoid with digital amplifiers like this is aliasing, which is a bad thing. We don't like aliasing. And as far as I can tell, there is no aliasing with these plugins. It's very imperceptible if there is any. Sounds phenomenal. And there's a little pedal switch there. That's gonna help us drive even more. Do you know how terrifyingly loud the real life counterpart of this amp would have to be to sound like this? And you can have that right in your laptop without all the tinnitus. I like this pedal switch because it just drives the amp a smidge harder and it makes it sound like a bigger, better version of itself, really making that tube emulation work for its breakfast. Sounds awesome. So that's Duet. It's a classic American clean pedal platform style amp. So it's slightly scooped, very bright and full, and very hi-fi sounding. It's an honest representation of what your strings are already doing, just in a clear, loud, enhanced way. Pawnee, Indiana may be the 4th fattest town in America.
Soon to be number 3. We're coming for you, San Antonio.
No, we are not.
But the fattest tone comes from the Fat Man. This guy's got a main volume, a spring reverb, and a boost switch. That's it. Unapologetic, charismatic, dressed in tweed. Like Doctor Who, if he played a ES335 in a smoky blues bar. Completely dry, it sounds like this. Some amps go to 11, but this one goes to 12, so let's try that. That's hairy. Let's hit the boost and see what all this can do. Sounds pretty awesome, but that's probably too much, right? So let's drag it back to 7 and boost it there. Let's get a little reverb cooking. Let's turn down the spring reverb and turn up the room reverb. See what that sounds like. That's the neck pickup single coil split. Here's like a split coil thing. Just a beautiful, lush, effortless clean tone. There's a couple different cabs here. We've got a 4x12 cab. I feel like the 4x12 cab is a bit more balanced and the matched cab is just more focused. The roundness and warmth of this style of amp is actually perfect for bass as well. So in the cabs, they even included a bass cab, which I think is a really cool touch. So if you're looking for kind of a perfect do-it-all plugin for guitar and bass, this may be the choice. These two amp knobs share a lot of similarities, like the metronome and the recording function, things like that. So another thing they share is this gate. You can turn it on and off with a little switch, and you can adjust the threshold with this little arrow. And there's 2 different gating options. There's a soft and hard mode. Soft is a bit more like an adaptive gate. It's a little bit more responsive to how you're playing. And hard is more like what you'd expect a typical noise gate to be. It's just totally like Gandalfing your tone. Like, you shall not pass if you are noises. One important thing to know about these plugins is you don't need a DAW or recording software to use these. They can run in standalone mode as just an app on your computer. Just load it right up. And the record function actually only works in standalone mode. You don't need to use the record function if you're using a DAW. That's kind of the point. But what I really like about that is just for capturing quick riff ideas or recording your practice session, or even like setting up your phone for a camera and recording really high quality audio for social media content. You just hit record, saves it to that little folder, you drag it in and synchronize it to your video, and you're ready to post on Instagram, baby. It's very awesome. That's a very cool feature. Anything to eliminate friction from that process, I am here for. Anyways, I'm super impressed with these. When I first loaded up Duet, I actually sat here laughing because it sounded so good. Like, it was such a crisp, amazing clean tone. And I just love that feeling when you get just smacked by an amazing piece of kit and you're like, tomorrow. If you want to try these out, they offer a free trial, and you can find links for that down in the description of the video below. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, remember to leave it a like and comment down below which one of these two girls you would take to the prom. And if you have any questions about my private online guitar lessons, hit me up on my website at plantbasedriffs.com, and I'll see you tomorrow on a YouTube short probably.